What do you do when the doubts start creeping in? Because yesterday was rough. I felt so resistant to make the video, and I did anyway. And honestly, I can't even really remember what I even talked about. But today, I was kind of journaling about this, try to kind of get into this whole thing, and it was really rough. As much as I try to kind of act like it doesn't bother me, how can this not bother me when it takes so much courage to show up and try to show up for yourself, making videos every day, and there's no progress, like not even a single view. How, like, that's a lot worse than I have ever expected, I guess. So, yeah, yesterday I was definitely a party pooper and I was kind of down for sure. So today I was kind of journaling about it and I realized how it's blessing in disguise because one, I don't even really know like if I'm delivering anything that's interesting or valuable to anyone. I'm really hoping so in some way, but I'm just doing it out of just the sake of just doing it. And I don't know if I necessarily want anybody to see that. And maybe that's why, because there's this energy behind it. But the real blessing was something that I realized or recognized is that the way I was raised from a very strict Asian parents who had a lot of expectations on me. And I always had to make sure everything was perfect and like always had to be approved by my parents in some sense. And lately I've been really noticing how much without even kind of realizing I seek for validations, and I really decided to let that go. And so, as hard as it was to kind of keep showing up, I realized how blessing it is because it's teaching me to show up for me. I've been so emotional, like I feel like I'm trying to get emotional again. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, like this is really teaching me how to just show up for myself, like without having to be perfect and having to seek for validations or approval, because it really takes strength right now, anyway, to show up when nobody's watching. So I'm really learning that, and I feel kind of good to show up today for myself. And it's a very big realization for me. And yeah, so I kind of showed up today, and I'm gonna, I don't know, give myself some kind of like award by making some snacks or something after. But this whole thing also brought out on something else important about one of my behavior. And it's just that how up until this point I would make videos and I would just kind of delete and give up in the middle of it, or another like other projects and stuff I do too. I tend to have a really hard time following through and finishing a project. I don't know if any of you are resonating with that. Um, But yeah, I'm one of those people who learn a lot of different things and know how to do a lot of things, but not amazing at anything because I can never stick through it for long enough to master something. And when I was reflecting on this, something really came to me. That was because growing up, all these expectations and the way of my parents um, kind of parenting, this is nothing against them because I think um, back in when I was a little, that was like a normal thing in Asia for them to just push and expect. So it's not anything against them, but the way the things were, like I had to sit there for hours at a time when I learn something or practice something to be good at something. Um, so I'm really good at sitting and just doing something for like hours and hours at a time. But something I noticed is that I have a really hard time taking a break. I always have to like give it all or none. And I kind of realize how the reason that I can never really finish anything or stick with something for long enough is because I don't know how to take breaks and I burn out. And when you just sit there for hours and focusing on something, it takes a lot of energy. And sometimes, like, it's eventually, I think my subconscious mind starts to think, like, this is painful. I don't want to do this anymore because it's not fun. At some point, when I'm doing things for a long, long time, it becomes not fun anymore. Like, I just don't want to do any more because I'm tired and burnt out. So even making videos, I realize because how nervous I used to get in front of camera, I would sit there and I would have a script and I would read it over and over and over again and I would just like take a few seconds and then stop and then I would do retake it and retake it and retake it. And it's kind of funny because it never gets that much better. But in my eyes, it's just not good enough. It's never good enough, and I can never even go past certain point. And I'm not even kidding you. Sometimes, like there would be like hundreds of times that I would sit there and repeat myself over and over and over again. Like no wonder that's no fun and right? I mean, it's prone to burnout. It's draining sitting there repeating myself, recording it over and over and over again just to not even post it because I'm not happy with it. So that really came up. So I don't know if you happen to be watching this video one day because I have such an urge to like take these all down, but I'm gonna try to keep it on. And one day if you're watching and maybe you want to make a video and then you're like feeling really uncomfortable and experiencing something similar, just know that with the practice, it does get easier. And eventually, you do start kind of not caring as much, which right now, like, I don't think I care about that as much because I'm just tired. It's like I'm just too tired to try so hard anymore. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm really deciding and practicing to do things just for myself, for fun, and for my soul and for my inner child without any expectations or needing to be perfect or be validated or need to be approved by anyone. So, yeah, it feels kind of good to show up for myself this way. And yeah, I mean, if you resonate anything with this video, I'm kind of curious to know where and like when you find yourself seeking for validations or approval. And if you ever get burnt out and, experiences something similar to me, like where you like want things to be so perfect or like certain way that you just do it over and over and over again for like hours and then you just kind of burn out and you never want to look at it again. Because now I am pacing myself to just kind of take time, take breaks, which sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, but I think that means is that I'm doing it okay. So I'm just kind of pushing through with that. And, if you have a hard time starting a project and then not being able to finish, um, like I always do. So, yeah, let me know if you resonate with anything that I've shared today. And if you are ever seeking for a safe place where there's no judgment or expectations other than just to be fun and just be yourself and not care or worry about like small little things that really in the end doesn't even matter, but it keeps us small. Um, this is a space where you can just be weird, be fun, different, whatever you want, and I won't judge you for it, and I will love you for just being yourself. Because as strange as it is, sometimes I feel like like we need a lot of courage to just be fully ourselves without, you know, an apology. um, so yeah, this is my journey of fully coming to myself, like becoming fully me, being happy with myself the way I am and as I am, and really feeling that I am enough. You know, we are all just enough as we are, and we don't have to try so hard. Life is too short to be always trying and not enjoying. So join me on that journey, and yeah, thanks for being here today. It became a little bit longer video, but I hope it resonated with you in some way and gave you some kind of value, because I'm trying to express myself, but hopefully be able to deliver some value as well, because you're spending your time to be here with me, and I appreciate that. So thank you and have a blessed day. Bye.